Spreadsheets. That thing that you had maybe one or no classes on throughout school, but is listed on almost every job description as a required skill. That thing that makes you physically anxious when someone sends you a file and says, "Hey, can you take a look at these numbers?" Today, the two most common places we interact with spreadsheets are in Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. And there are an endless number of places to learn these tools online. And while there are all these viable options, a lot of them tend to jump past the fundamentals and excel right towards more advanced topics. So for this video, I want to take a look at arguably one of the most important aspects of working with data, and that is how to properly structure it for analysis. More specifically, I want to talk about the difference between data that is organized in what is referred to as wide format versus long format. So let's jump in and take a look at an example. We're going to be looking at some video game sales data that I grabbed from Kaggle. I'll leave a link below to where you can download this yourself. Let's talk wide format first. Here we're taking a look at Nintendo's North American sales in millions for the years 2006 through 2010. And what you will notice is that we have a separate column for each respective year of sales. Now this works fine, and I'm sure you've seen data structured like this at some point. However, this format starts to become a bit more problematic as we begin digging deeper into the data and trying to do things such as filtering, cleaning, or even aggregating data. So if this is wide format, what does long format actually look like? Here's the exact same data we were just looking at, but restructured in long format. Now we have a column for each variable, publisher, year, and sales, as well as a row for each unique observation, which in our case is just sales for a given year. This is in comparison to our wide format structure where we had a single row for all of our years as well as a single row for all of our sales figures. And now that we're utilizing the long format structure, we can do things such as properly filter sales by year and quickly find the sum of total sales. Even though we can technically do some of the same things using our wide format table, such as aggregating sales across these years, this horizontal layout would not be conducive for throwing this data into, say, a pivot table or another analytical tool. I think wide format is totally fine in presentations or situations where you're just trying to intuitively represent some information. However, if you're wanting to create the building blocks for a larger analysis, you're going to want to become familiar with the long format as it's going to unlock several additional capabilities for your data.